Good day, students. Welcome to math.serve.com. In this clip we're going to be going over how to write equations of lines given 2 points. The instructions for the example that we're going to be going over is as follows. We are to write the equation of the line through the given points write it in slope-intercept form. Okay, so that's the goal for this presentation. We want to write the equation of the line through the given points in slope-intercept form. Okay, so let's say for number 1, we have a line that goes through the points 0, 3, 0, negative 3, and 3, negative 5. Okay, so to get started, we're going to proceed to write down the formula that's going to guide the problem solving process. Okay, so the formula that we're going to use to write the equation of the line through these given points is the point-slope formula. Okay, so the formula is called the point-slope formula. You might wonder, why aren't we using the slope-intercept formula? Well, we are not using the slope-intercept formula in this particular problem because we are not provided with the slope and the intercept. We are provided with 2 points. Okay, so the point-slope formula that we are going to be using is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have so far. If you take a look at the points that we're given, we can call this x1, y1, and then call this x2, y2. Alright, the index that we are associating with the x and y's just basically represents the order of the points. This is the first point, the 1's, and this is the second point, the 2's. Alright, so we are going to write them out. x1 is 0, y1 is negative 3, x2 is 3, and y2 is negative 5. Now, in order to use the point-slope formula, we need y1, we have y1, we need x1, we have x1, and we also need m. So what is m in this particular problem? M is not provided for us. We have to find it. Okay, so we have a sub-problem within the main problem, and the sub-problem that we have to address right now is a task to find m. Okay, so after we can find m, then we're going to proceed to apply it to the point-slope formula. So how do we find m? Given 2 points, there is a formula that we can use to find m, and that is known as the slope formula. Okay, the slope formula is given by m equals the rise, which is y2 minus y1, or change in x, over the run, which is x2 minus x1. Alright, so let's go ahead and use this slope formula to find the slope, m. So m is going to be as follows. M is y2, which is negative 5, minus y1 minus negative 3. Okay, that's y2 minus y1 divided by x2, which is 3, minus x1, which is 0. Okay, so remember, anytime you're making a substitution with a negative number, don't forget to use a parenthesis if you have a sign in front of it. Okay, so that's why I have a parenthesis here for the substitution. Now let's go ahead and resolve the signs. We have minus and a minus. Whenever you multiply identical signs, the product is always going to be positive. Okay, so we have negative 5 minus times minus, you can just slash and dash, that becomes a plus. Negative 5 plus 3 divided by 3 minus 0, which is just 3. Okay, Now let's go ahead and use the order of operations to simplify this. We'll do the numerator first because it is as though there is a parenthesis on the top there, a grouping of the numerator expression, and then we have the denominator component. Negative 5 plus 3, the signs are different, so we subtract the two numbers and keep the sign of the bigger. So it's going to be negative 2 divided by 3. Alright? So now we have everything that we need. What do I mean by that? If you look at the point slope formula, what we need is y1, m, and x1. Remember the problem we had before? We had x1 and y1, but we did not have m. So that's why we had to solve this sub-problem. Now we have m. Now we have all that we need to solve the problem. Alrighty, so y1 is negative 3, m is negative 2 over 3, and x1 is 0. Let's put it all together. We're going to put it in the formula, the point slope formula, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. What are we about to do? Well, this is what we're about to do. We're going to substitute negative 3. Negative 3 is going to go into the y1 spot. Negative 2/3, that's our slope, is going to go into the m spot. And then 0 is our x1, is going to go into the x1 spot. Alrighty? So let's go ahead and carry out the substitutions and see what we get as a result of that. If we carry out the substitutions, we're going to have y minus y1. Notice it's negative and we have a sign here, so we use a parenthesis. Y minus negative 3 equals m, negative 2/3 times x minus x1, which is 0. If we simplify the left side, we are going to have y plus 3 equals negative 2/3 x minus 0. This is known as the point slope form. Okay, this is the point slope form. The problem though didn't ask us to find the point slope form. We're asked to find the slope intercept form. So that involves getting y by itself and simplifying completely. Okay, so what we're going to do next is get y by itself. To accomplish that, we're going to distribute negative 2/3 to x and 0, and then we're going to move this 3 over to the right. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do it. So y plus 3, negative 2/3 times x is negative 2 over 3, x, negative 2/3 times 0 is just 0, and that's gone. To get y by itself, we'll just carry out one more step, namely we'll subtract 3 from both sides of our equation, and that will give us the desired slope intercept form. Okay, so when we do that, we're going to be left with y equals negative 2 over 3x minus 3. Plus 3 minus 3, they add up to 0, so that's gone. Okay, so you're left with this equation right here, and this is the slope intercept form. How do we know that it is the slope intercept form? Let's go ahead and write it down first. This is a slope intercept form. We know it's a slope intercept form because the slope intercept form is given by y equals mx plus b. Okay, so you have y equals mx plus b. So this is basically how you find the slope intercept form of a line given 2 points. Alright, let's go ahead and try 2 more examples. We're going to look at special cases now. Okay, so number 2, let's say we have a line that goes through 2, 5 and 2, 13. Now if you take a look at this situation right here, what do you notice? Take a look at these points. Whenever you're to find the equation of a line through through 2 points, you always want to study your points first and see if there is a pattern going on. If you take a look at these 2 points that we have, you will notice that the x's are the same. Okay, so based on the fact that the x's are the same, that automatically tells us what the equation of the line is. Okay, so x's are both equal to 2. Okay, so you know what that means? We don't have to do any work. Our answer is automatically x equals 2. And that is the equation of the line. Alright? This is a special case. In a case like this, what you have is a vertical line. Now let's try another example of a special case and see if you can determine what the correct answer is. Let's say we have a line that goes through the point 1/2 and 3 and 10, 3. What do you notice in this particular case? If you study the 2 points carefully, what do you notice? In this particular case, you notice that the y's are the same. The y's are both what? The y's are both equal to 3. So what is the equation of this line going to be? Since the y's are both equal to 3, the equation of the line will simply be y equals 3. End of story. Okay? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and give you some practice problems to try out just to demonstrate mastery. Alright, so to demonstrate mastery, we would like you to try out the following problems. Okay, so the task is for you to try these. Instructions are the same as the previous. You are to write the equation of the line, equation of the line through the given points, in slope-intercept form. Alrighty, question number 1. Let's say you have the line that goes through points 0, 2 and 5, -2. Number 2, what if you have the line that goes through -1, -4 and -3, -4? And lastly, what if we have a line that goes through 4, 4 and 4, 3? Now what we'd like you to do at this time, go ahead and pause this video presentation, try out these problems. When you're done, click back on the play button to see what the answers are. Okay, let's assume that you have had the opportunity to try out these problems. The answers are as follows. For the first one, the slope-intercept form equation is y equals -4/5 x plus 2. Number 2, the equation is going to be y equals -4. And for number 3, the equation is x equals 4. Alrighty, so that's that. Now, how did you do with these practice problems? Go ahead and let us know how you did in these practice problems. If you have any questions or clarifications, just include it in the comment section below, and we'll be more than glad to address it. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. I really appreciate it. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your studies of linear equations, do give us a thumbs up. Your positive feedback is very valuable to us. If you have any questions or comments, as indicated earlier, just post it in the comment section below, and we'll be more than glad to respond. We upload videos to our site on a daily basis, so subscribe to our channel so that you can get updates to the uploads that we make to our site. More tutorials including practice tests and puzzles can be found at mathgotserved.com. Do check it out. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.